Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League. We're broadcasting from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Tonight we wrap up our Rocket League Summer Rumble. The Barracudas are waiting in the grand finals. Who's going to join them? Will it be the Liberty North Eagles or the Hammerheads? I'm your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and on desk to call all the action with me is going to be Joe Tacky Chickbrow. All right, so last week we definitely saw some teams struggling to maintain control of the ball and control of the game's pace overall. What do you think these players needed to have improved from last week to now in order to make those changes to maintain control?
Yeah, this is a really interesting concept because I think this is something the Hammerheads especially have been working on a lot lately. But control at the end of the day comes down to doing things with intent. So you have to make sure that when you give away possession, when you throw away the ball high all the way downfield or pass it over to a teammate, you have to make sure that there's some intent behind it instead of just knocking the ball around without a purpose. If you don't know where to go with the ball, just keep it close to your car and try to remain and control the play as long as possible.
Gotcha. Well, Hammerheads are going to be the first Esports Tower team that we'll see today. We are also going to see Liberty North High School, the high school team that has decided to join in on the Esports Tower Rumble for the closure of our summer series. And then also we'll be seeing two additional teams in the form of the Mammoths and the Barracudas. At least we did see the Mammoths last week, and we're guaranteed to see the Barracudas in the grand finals. However, who we see at the end with them, well, it's up to the next best of 5 series to tell us. And before we even jump into those matches, we actually want to give a quick reminder to our friends on Twitch about supporting your team, celebrating their successes, being respectful to the other fans, and mods will remove anyone who violate these chat rules. We can take a quick flashback to last week's bracket to determine, that'll tell us how we got here. We saw that we had Liberty North Eagles take on the Hammerheads and the Mammoths take on the Barracudas. The Liberty North Eagles then went up against the Barracudas, and that ended up dropping them down into the second chance bracket as it was a best of 5 double elimination. Barracudas in grand finals, currently undefeated. The Hammerheads then took on the Mammoths as the first round of teams in that elimination bracket. Ultimately, it was the Hammerheads that came out on top, so we are in our lower bracket finals today with the Liberty North Eagles taking on the Hammerheads.
And this is the second time on the bracket that they'll play each other. We'll have to see if any adjustments are made from the Hammerheads to kind of change their fate from the last time they played each other, or if at the end of the day the Eagles are going to prove too much once again.
I mean, game one, Hammerheads came out really strong. It felt like they definitely had to change their playstyle almost every single match that they went into in that best of 5 series. And then Liberty North just continually was like, we're going to up our game every single time so that you're not prepared for what we're actually able to throw down on that field. So let's hope today both teams actually come out full force in the very beginning, and we don't see kind of this pseudo, we're only baiting you into thinking you're comfortable right now game style, because this is, you're in it to win it, end all be all. Yeah, it's a best of 5 still, but if you go down 2 in the very beginning, pulling off a reverse sweep, though it's doable, it's perfectly possible, it's not easy. You probably can speak from a player perspective on that one.
It's much easier to pull off a normal sweep than a reverse sweep because you have your nerves with you the entire time. If you are in the middle of almost sweeping someone and you lose one game, you're like, well, I have several lives, not the end of the world, I'm not too stressed about it. But when you're in a reverse sweep situation, you cannot lose any more games, and it can weigh down on you if you're not mentally prepared.
Well, let's see if these players are able to do a 3-0 sweep. And we got some important keys of advice for them coming from the one and only Doc Haskell in the forms of Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League. And those are create mistakes, punish the overcommits, play the walls better, and demo to disrupt. Doc's keys to the game are presented today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure, and you'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. So we're about to jump into our first match here between Liberty North and the Hammerheads. As Joe mentioned, this is a rematch of teams that we saw at the very beginning of last week. Liberty North knocked the Hammerheads down in the second chance bracket. The Barracudas returned the favor for their brethren Esports Tower team, knocking Liberty North down into this bracket as well. You can see this fabulous opener created by our one and only production squad. They're amazing. We've already gone into the kickoff. It looks like Raisin looking to dunk the ball down here inside the front defensive territory. Liberty North and demoing. The Hawk is going to manage to pop the ball to the midfield.
Raisin wins on a 50-50, gets the pass out mid. It won't end up connecting. However, Cameron with a good 50-50 creates another opportunity here. He could find the back of the net, but is blocked by Electrolyte. A shot from Raisin will be high and barely bounce off the crossbar. Not find his way in, but Toke will be there to finish it up. He finds the one undefended corner on the back of the net.
See how this next kickoff goes. Hopefully we'll see a more 50-50, but it's going to be easily won by the Hammerheads. Mini Bolt pushing it into the corner where Electrolyte is waiting. Trying to take a couple touches, but they're right in front of their own net, which is this unfortunate circumstance to put the Liberty North in trailing now by 2, just opening up the goal immediately for the Hammerheads.
We're seeing a different kind of lead, this time in favor of the Hammerheads, leading 2-0 with less than a minute on the clock. Cameron looking for a third consolation goal here, working with Razan to get it mid to Toke. Takes the shot, but it will be high. Cameron with the follow-up, but the 50-50 remains safe a little longer, as now Liberty North have a chance to get out. Led by Hawk off the wall, past 1, and now they just have to get it to a striking situation.
Cameron tries to find the ball to the midfield, but Minibolt cuts in. Tries to play off the back wall. Toke, fantastic clear to Cameron. Cameron only has to beat Hawk, but Hawk sends the ball to the side at midfield stripe. Raisin trying to reset the play. Toke going for the challenge against Hawk. Results in the ball going into the defensive third of the Hammerhead territory.
Razan taps down in front of the net. Minibolt taking time, gets past 1. Cameron will take the beat next. Has to play off the wall to someone mid, but no one's quite there. Hawk will take it instead. Pressure will remain for Liberty North past 1. Razan is finally able to get it clear out, but Minibolt is there to keep it in a little longer. A double commit from the Hammerheads defense could be a bad situation here. Ultimately, Cameron will be there to save the day.
Toke pushes ball to midfield stripe. Cameron will elevate with on possession, allowing Electrolyte to get a touch on it. Toke comes in to try to corral the ball. Minibolt with a fantastic clear, racing towards the net here in Hammerhead territory. Centers it back to their teammate, gets past the defender, and that's goal number 1 for Liberty North High School.
Liberty North not quite ready to give up this game yet. Now only a 1-goal difference. They could have it here, and they do. And opening off the kickoff, Hawk will pounce on it and bring us to a 0-0 scoreline about halfway through the game. Definitely quite the fight we have going on for this game 1 in the rematch.
That kickoff was 50-50. No one truly wanted out. Cameron, though, off an unfortunate demo on Electrolyte. Did get possession. Ball's going to get popped up, sent to midfield. Toke tries to stop it, but now it's a one-on-one. Razan can't cut in fast enough. A goal goes in. Liberty North puts themselves in the lead by 2 minutes, 33 seconds on the clock.
The full circle, Liberty North holding Hammerhead scoreless for the last, I think, 45 seconds. Cameron looking to break that streak, however. Hawk finds a way through, looking for a teammate out mid, but Electrolyte is bumped. May have to take it himself. They actually end up bumping their own team. Hammerheads are unable to pounce on it in a meaningful way, however. Good 50-50 creates an opportunity here for the Liberty North Eagles, but it will not find the back of the net quite yet.
Razan crossing midfield, pops it up over Hawk, tries to get it past Minibolt, and it does look like Razan managed to do that. That's now going to bring us at the it's complicated 0-0 with both teams sitting at a 3-goal score line.
Kickoff in favor of Hawk, pushing into the Hammerheads end. Hawk has a little bit of space, takes the shot towards the back wall. Razan will clear out mid. Not to anyone yet. Cameron tries to get the 50-50, but is beaten by Minibolt, who takes it off the wall, has another touch off the wall in front of the net. Barely cleared pass by Cameron, who now takes it back towards the other wall. Toke being there to clean it up and possibly find the back of the net here. He does. He finds a very difficult negative angle redirect and snipes the front post.
That does put the Hammerheads in the lead by 1 as we're almost into that 90-second territory. We have 100 seconds left on the clock. Demo on Hawk, ball in defensive third of Liberty North High's territory. At midfield stripe, though, Toke is going to take the ball away from Electrolyte. Look to center it up to a teammate, but no one is home for the Hammerheads.
Hawk to Electrolyte, blocked. Cameron taking it towards the wall. Hits it off the corner, out mid. Electrolyte is there, but Toke is there first. He finds the back of the net off the pass. A 4-3 lead in favor of the Hammerheads. We have a, 5-3. We have an 8-goal game here with a minute left on the clock.
Typically that 2-goal lead is the nail in the coffin. Let's see if the Eagles are able to rekindle the flame they had during that midpoint of the game. Get 2 extra goals for themselves, roughly 1 every 33 seconds. It's doable. The ball's in their territory right now. Cameron is looking to add another goal to that scoreline, but Minibolt makes a great clear to midfield.
Minibolt has a shot here, barely blocked by Rays on the last second. Cameron has to take it off the ceiling, hits it down, but definitely not a great spot. Hawk leaves it for Electrolyte, passes to Minibolt. Minibolt doesn't make contact. Hawk can take it up the wall, but Cameron's also there. He beats out Liberty North defense. Had another opportunity, but Electrolyte will take it away. Toke barely not making contact on the challenge, and a little bit of a misplay from Liberty North will lead to one little chink in the armor that the Hammerheads will pounce on, giving them a 3-goal lead in the last 35 seconds of this game.
Do believe that this one is definitely a GG go next in favor of the Hammerheads. I mean, 3 goals, 10 seconds each. That is definitely definitely impossible. Never seen that many scored before, but they can get a couple. They just need to keep this ball inside Hammerhead territory. Mini Bolts try to do just that. Ball ricochets off the ceiling, dunks down to Cameron. Cameron pops it to the side where Electrolyte's trying to center it up for Hawk. Hawk's going to come in anyway, but can't find the angle nor the speed necessary, so ball's back at midfield stripe.
Mini Bolt past Toke. 50-50s with Cameron, has it in the back corner, but is unable to get a pass to anyone, has to throw it out. Electrolyte takes the shot, but ultimately there are enough Hammerheads to make that block.
That was a really great first game, in my opinion. Very high scoring versus what we've seen in the past. Definitely seems like we had a different style of Hammerhead gameplay coming forward in that one. Do you believe that the control was definitely more in their favor this time around than it was last week?
I think on their clears, it could still use a little bit of work, but at their midfield range, it felt like they were working a lot more together by making sure that they were trying to find each other and not giving up any plays at that midfield that so many players tend to at even the higher levels. So I definitely saw a lot of improvement from both teams, all things considered. And like you said, a very high-scoring game. A lot of that game was decided at the midfield, but a lot of chinks in the armor just barely found in favor of the Hammerheads, doing a really good job at finding shot placement on either side of the post.
Well, we're about to jump into game number 2 in this best of 5. Currently, Hammerheads are leading the series by 1. Though last week, the Eagles definitely came back full force in game number 2 and shut down the Hammerheads' hopes of winning out. Right now, though, they have to make sure that they win this one to send us into a best of 3 series and tie us up overall with one team having a game victory in their pocket. As Toke goes for the first shot off the backboard, demo on the keeper, but the follow-up is too slow.
Hawk making a last-ditch effort save there. Cameron has to get in the way of Hawk, but he doesn't. No one there to respond. Hawk has all the time he needs, and he'll take the shot towards the back of the net, giving Liberty North a lead in the first 19 seconds.
Next kickoff goes in favor of Liberty North again, with Hawk being there for the follow-up. Razan's going to send the ball into the corner at midfield. We have Electrolyte sending some Mini Bolt, but the ball is just too high, trying to corral it. Now we've got Toke in a one-on-one with Electrolyte. They're going to push it up towards the ceiling. It takes an awkward ricochet. Now Hawk has possession. Electrolyte pushing mid to midfield, and the ball dunks down to Cameron into the Hammerhead back third, but they get demoed by Electrolyte.
Razan, big clear, not to anyone quite yet. Mini Bolt will take possession. A 50-50 out to Cameron, has to take it off of his own corner, maybe towards the ceiling. He does take it towards the ceiling. 2 Liberty North High School players on the ceiling to respond to that, but no one makes contact. Razan with the shot, a bump opportunity, but the Hammerheads don't quite make contact. Cameron pushing it towards the wall, looks for a pass out mid, over Hawk, over to Razan, will circumvent the entire Liberty North defense, and we have an opportunity here. Razan will take the shot off of a bad clear from Orange defense, and Hammerheads will tie it up with 3 minutes and 47 left.
Going to this next kickoff, it looks like the ball might go in favor. No, Toke didn't elevate. They just patiently waited for Electrolyte to push the ball onto the ground. Now they're going to bring it off the ceiling, lose possession though, so it's going to end up with Hawk. Challenge comes out from the Hammerheads. Ball still here in the back third. Defensive territory for the Eagles. Razan trying to keep this opportunity alive. Elevation from Cameron. Pushed into the goal. Double commit from the defenders, and they cannot get the ball out of their territory. With that, Hammerheads tie us up one aside.
The accidental own goal, so hard to read when it's coming down at that awkward angle, but
I was trying to ignore it.
Hammerheads reacting in full force to losing the lead early on. Now they're the ones coming back. Hawk looking to get back into this game. Gets past one, gets the flick past another, but Razan will push it towards the corner. Can't get past all 3. Electrolyte with the back pass will go past Mini Bolt to Hawk, who does get past one, but it's just up in the air. Electrolyte takes a shot from the wall, and Razan will not make a solid contact. It will put Liberty North back to that 0-0 situation with 3 minutes left.
So we had back-to-back own goals. It happens. Next kickoff, Electrolyte gets the first touch. Cameron's there for the follow-up. Challenged by Electrolyte, so Hawk comes in, pushes ball across midfield stripe. The give and to go from Electrolyte to Hawk. No, it's going to be Mini Bolt. Cameron pops up just in time to send the ball to the side. Now Razan trying to corral it and get it to midfield stripe. Pass Hawk just can't quite do it as the ball ricochets off the ceiling to Cameron.
Cameron looking for Toke mid, does find him. A pinch will go at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Another pass out mid from Razan. Cameron will take it away, push it towards the back wall. Mini Bolt beats out and pushes it back towards the other end. It goes the entire length of the field off of 2 touches. One pass to himself off the wall, and a second takes the shot past Razan, finding Liberty North a lead.
Hawk kickoff. Hawk pushes the ball up towards the ceiling. Takes an awkward bounce, manages to push it to Electrolyte. Mini Bolt at the mid prevents the cross from midfield stripe. Now it's going to bring it off the wall, center it up, look to play it off that backboard with a follow-up touch. But the follow-up, fortunately, has a whiff, so Mini Bolt has to come in to reset the play.
Okay, big clear to Cameron, who gets the second touch off the sidewall. It will spill out mid, but Hawk will take it towards the wall. Has the solo play here. Now he can look for Electrolyte. Gets the pass over. Electrolyte doesn't make contact, and Cameron will find a way out. Mini Bolt passing it back to the corner, refusing to give up pressure quite yet, but doesn't make solid contact. Toke is in the way. He gets past one, has to get past one more. Leaves it for Cameron, who plays it around Hawk. And now a shot opportunity here, but not able to pounce quite yet for the Hammerheads, and Mini Bolt will convert the pressure.
Rayzan trying to challenge Mini Bolt for possession here in the corner. We have Cameron come in to send the ball to the side. Rayzan's getting bullied off possession. Cameron's there to help them out. They pop the ball up, are demoed on a double commit. Hawk on that defensive post gets possession. It's going to be ricocheted off the ceiling by Toke. Rayzan going for the reset at the mid, tries to get it past Hawk. It's still in the air at midfield stripe. Cameron barely pushes it over into the corner, back third of Eagle territory.
Rayzan, 50-50 past one. Hawk with a big pop-up. Rayzan is in the way. He'll hit it towards his own corner. Kind of a weird back pass here. Cameron beat out by Electrolyte. Could be an opportunity here for Liberty North, but Rayzan will finally get the clear out. Cameron has an opportunity here. The 50-50 in favor of Electrolyte. Toke pushing it towards the wall. Has to get past Hawk. Gets past one, but Hawk will tap it down over to Rayzan. Pressure in favor of Hammerheads right now. They need to find a way into the back of the net, and just barely Cameron was blocked by two Liberty North defenders.
Got roughly 35 seconds left on this clock. Hammerhead still desperately looking for one extra goal to equalize out this game, possibly set us into overtime. Liberty North looking for one more goal to prevent that overtime opportunity from even being a dream for the Hammerheads. Ball at midfield stripe. Electrolyte challenged by Cameron. Cameron gets past two, has to get past Mini Bolt, but can't do it. Ball takes a dunk off the ceiling. Toke now looking to set the play up, but keeps the ball too low and just pushes it to the side.
Mini Bolt takes it off his own wall. Good 50-50 from Rayzan. Creates an opportunity, but Hawk will barely get the clear out. No one there quite yet. Cameron has to play the wall back. Electrolyte looking for the shot opportunity. Oh, a missed shot entirely from Hawk. But Rayzan will barely get it out in time. They have an opportunity here. Cameron and Rayzan trying to figure out who's got possession, and that will be the end of the play. Kind of a disappointing end right there for the Hammerheads, but they're not out of it yet.
I mean, we're tied one aside now. It's a best of three series, as Esports Tower always likes to do it. No matter how big of a series we pull out the game, whether it be best of 7, best of 5, always ends up in a best of 3 game. Now is the situation where I will definitely say no one can try to do anything of holding back. You need to play full force here because it's 2 games and that's it.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree there. I mean, both teams still have technically 2 more lives left on the table. We're in that best of 3 situation. But at the end of the day, you have to get control of this game now. Both teams have shown they can score. We're at a 14-goal series so far in the first 2 games. We got to make sure that we can convert.
And it's also important to mention that whomever wins this game goes on into the championship against the Barracudas directly after this. So playing for the full 5 series is not the best idea if you're looking to not completely gas yourself out before you go against the Barracudas. And being tired against that team, I wish you good luck if you are not prepared to be going Mach 5 the entire time.
Going into this game, we're going to have to see what kind of adjustments come out from both teams. We're at a standstill now. Both teams have shown that they can win. No side really dominating over the other. This is the opportunity for both teams to run away with the series. But they have to make it work now. Rayzan looking for that first opportunity is blocked by Liberty North defense. Hawk takes a shot towards a wide open net. Too wide of a rotation from Cameron, too slow of a rotation from the Hammerheads. It leads to an opportunity for Liberty North, and they will find the first goal in Game 3.
Kickoff goes in favor of really no one. Toke tries to capitalize on the ball just being in the air, can't get a touch on it. Ball's in the defensive third of Hammerhead territory, so Cameron elevates. There was a challenge from an Eagle. Secondary foul from Mini Bolt off the back wall, can't find the angle they want. Rayzan bringing the ball to midfield, has Mini Bolt right behind them. They got to take the shot quickly or they're going to get demoed from behind. Hawk pops the ball up. Is there a follow-up from the Hammerheads? There is from Cameron, but it's too late. Ball is crossing midfield stripe with Hawk. There's no one home. Finally, Rayzan rotates to the back post and volleys that ball to midfield.
Redirect from Cameron towards the far corner. Razan's up to get the push, but doesn't make contact. Toke 50's Electrolyte, but will lose out. Cameron slow plays it towards the corner. Has to get past one. Looking for the solo play. Gets the flick over one, and the pass over to Razan will get them all the way off their own end, but the strife almost passed for a second there, but defended by Toke. Electrolyte actually passes over to Toke. He can take the shot, but just can't quite make contact. Now Cameron having to defuse the play, buy time for his team, plays it against the wall, back to himself. A big bang towards the back wall, could be a shot for himself, but doesn't quite make contact. Toke has to play it back now and stall for his team.
Toke is going to take the ball to the wall, but Electrolyte pushes it forward just past Toke. Now ball is right in front of the Hammerhead goal. Cameron pushing forward, pops it up over Mini Bolt at the midfield. They have to get it past Hawk, they do, but Electrolyte cuts in. Ball gets popped up, Razan sends it to Cameron. Cameron tries to take the redirect shot, but cannot find a touch on it, so Electrolyte is going to be able to get the clear to mid. Cameron trying to stop it, Electrolyte immediately just pushing past them.
Razan and Electrolyte make contact with each other. Toke hits it towards the corner. Razan with the response was beaten by Hawk. Cameron playing it out. Unable to get past Hawk himself either. Toke with the 50-50. Hawk just bodies through 3 players in less than 10 seconds. Cameron barely able to keep it out from the shot though. Razan looks to get past one. He does get past Hawk. Cameron not making contact. Pass over to Toke. Could be a shot high. Mini Bolt there, and he barely makes the save. They have to recreate a play from scratch again now with Electrolyte and Hawk leading the way to create a 2-0 lead.
We're almost down into that second half here of game number 3. We're sitting at a 1-0 scoreline. Hammerhead struggling to find a foothold here to open up the field and get a first goal for themselves. Razan brings it up the side, goes for the challenge. It's going to be Electrolyte as Razan loses possession, has to back off. Toke cuts in, Cameron at the midfield. Yeah, has possession, but is forced to rotate back into the back corner of Hammerhead territory.
Cameron goes for the flip reset, does make contact. He gets past one defender, buys enough time for Toke. Could be an opportunity, but Hawk is in the way again. Pushes again out towards the wall. Electrolyte following up, back to Hawk. They will push the entire length of the field down. Cameron plays into his own corner, has to dodge Demo, doesn't get the dodge. Mini Bolt will pounce on the opening, takes it across the net. No one there to take a shot yet. Electrolyte just doesn't have the angle. Cameron pushes it towards the wall, and a good Demo will be squandered by Liberty North offense, but now they still have to play defense a little bit longer. They feel comfortable being a goal ahead with 1 minute and 35 seconds left on the clock.
Right now, both teams are looking for 2 goals, but to serve 2 different reasons. Hammerheads want one to equalize, one to put them in the lead. Liberty North wants an extra goal to make sure that they are sitting securely in that lead position as we tick down past the last 90 seconds here of game number 3. We have Mini Bolt get demoed, Electrolyte get demoed. It's just Hawk right now. The Hammers need to capitalize on the lack of manpower, but they don't have the momentum nor the speed to do so, and they whiff on that goal-scoring opportunity.
Razan 50-50 in favor. Hawk will take it instead over. Cameron pushes it towards the wall, back to himself. Might be beaten, but no, he does get the next touch. Toke is in the way. He wants to find the back of the net. Hawk's in the way too. Cameron almost slides it in at the last moment, but is unable to really find the angle. Toke has to play in the way of Electrolyte now. He does get beaten, but Cameron barely hit it out. Razan actually accidentally passes it, but Toke will be in the way long enough to create
no.
Cameron combined with his teammates were unable to find a way out. Weird pinch off of each other.
Mini Bolt's gonna demo Razan. Toke tries to center the ball up for Cameron, but it goes sailing past the net. Cameron here in the corner has Mini Bolt with possession, pops it to midfield. Toke elevates, whiffs on possession. Razan has the ball, take a ricochet off the ceiling, leaves it for a teammate. It's gonna be Cameron. Looks like Razan trying to get Hawk out of that defender position, but could not demo them in time. Ball is in the air, 13 seconds on the clock. Right now, Hammerheads need to find the back of the net, or this is going to put the Eagles at match point.
Cameron needs to create a pass. Hawk's in the way. They'll tap down back to Cameron, and it will just hit the floor. Liberty North walking with that game with only a 1-goal lead that time, a 1-0 game. Not nearly as aggressive as the first 2, but definitely the success that Liberty North was looking for in Game 3 to pull ahead.
I'm wondering if it's more the calm, cool, and calculated play style at this point because it is just a best-of-3 series that's left and they're trying to make sure that they're minimizing mistakes, or if people are getting tired. Of course, you know, we're not in the comms, so we can't tell what is happening, but that was definitely a very different animal than what we had on our first 2 matches.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I just kind of feel like, from what I've been seeing, that the shot opportunities are there. They're just not being pounced on as aggressively as they should be, especially for the Hammerheads. There's a lot of opportunities where the ball's maybe across, or there's an opportunity to put a really pressuring shot on the net, but they're just not quite there in time, or they're not there at all. And I think what it comes down to is making sure you're really coordinated, making sure you're using those comms, and making sure that you're ready for anything that happens.
Well, let's see if the changes have been made that are necessary to help the Hammerheads out on this next one. I mean, I really do agree with everything you were saying, because there were so many shots on goal, and there were so many times that it was set up so great, but you would see the camera rotate to the midfield, and you'd see someone at mid, and then someone already at the back post, so they give it up on the play, and it's just like, come on, just one extra inch of effort there could have resulted in a goal. Let's see if the Hammerheads can bring this one back in their favor, or if the Eagles are going to close this game out and get themselves a third victory in this best-of-5 as kickoff goes heavily in favor of Hawk.
It looked almost like a fake kickoff because I don't think Cameron even meant to make a connection there, and the Hammerheads were already ready for that spill, so they get first pressure here, but not able to make anything of it yet. Cameron begs it towards the back wall, is unable to find the back of the net, but keeps pressure a little longer. Mini-Bolt tasked with finding a way out, does get the air dribble past one. Cameron's up in the way, Toke is also up in the way, and they hit it towards the sidewall. Razan plays for time a little bit in the corner. Cameron can get the rebound off the wall here. Does get a great redirect towards the back wall. Hawk doesn't make contact, but neither does Razan. And the net, regardless of being open, will not be made to score this time yet.
Cameron pushes the ball off the back wall. Razan's waiting at midfield. We have a cross midfield stripe with a give and go to Mini-Bolt. We have a demo on to Mini-Bolt, hopefully opening up an opportunity here as goes down Hawk. Ball's going to be right in front of the net, though, cleared to the midfield stripe. Both respawns have occurred. Electrolyte pops the ball up to midfield stripe. Hawk goes forward. Razan gets a touch on it, but Hawk is going to demo Cameron.
Mini-Bolt up past Toke, looks for the solo play. Cameron will get the beat out. It'll clear all the way over to Hawk, but Toke's there for the 50-50. Push it past. Electrolyte doesn't have control of the play. Where are the Hammerheads offense? It's not there yet. It looks like Electrolyte's almost scoring it himself. Hawk on the respawn will not quite be able to get the clear out past Razan, so Razan will play it back to himself off the wall. Looks for the pinch, followed up by Electrolyte, who takes it all the way to the other end. It's Toke.
That was a 2-on-1 situation on Razan. Unfortunate there was no follow-up from their teammates. Now balls at the midfield stripe. Toke's taken out Hawk. Mini-Bolt crosses mid off the backboard. Razan goes for the clear. Toke and Cameron both racing forward. They have to beat Hawk out. Hawk's going to take down one. Cameron looks for the dunk. Can't get the angle right. The ball gets cleared to the side.
Hawk pushing downfield. Beaten by Cameron. Mini-Bolt is there, however. Pushes it a little further. Razan with the demo. Toke has freedom to play, but he ends up leaving it. Electrolyte almost finds back the net. Now Razan has to get past Hawk. He can't. It'll 50-50 out. Mini-Bolt's there first. He'll be able to push it back to the corner. Cameron playing it slow in the corner. Electrolyte with a shot from the corner, and he'll snipe the front post to lead for Liberty North again here in Game 4.
It's a one-goal lead, and we're almost crossing into the second half here of game number 4. So it's doable for the Hammerheads to find the back of the net and get a goal for themselves. But this is a very similar story to what we saw earlier. They need to start writing a different one now and equalizing this quickly.
Toke trying to pick up the pen. Razan up the block, but can't make contact. Cameron pushing it towards the corner. Just waits a little bit, plays it slow, gets past Electrolyte, has to play it up towards the ceiling. Looks for the second touch, doesn't make contact, but it will end up baiting a Hammerhead's shooter. Not quite able to make it yet. Toke pushing it towards the wall. Cameron with the pass off the backboard, a follow from Razan, blocked by Mini-Bolt. Pushed towards the side wall. Electrolyte has to find a way out, but ends up leaving it for Toke, who gets the pass into the mid. Unable to make real contact, so Razan will take the shot, but it's just right towards the lap of Mini-Bolt. Will find a way out with it immediately as he passes it over to the wall, then to Electrolyte, pushing it downfield past Toke towards Cameron, who gets past Hawk. Only has to get past Mini-Bolt, and he does. Razan pushing towards the wall, has to get it out mid, but ends up getting demoed instead. No opportunity here, or Razan actually was the one who got the demo, and we will leave it at that.
2-on-1, Mini-Bolt trying to maintain possession, has the ball pinched up towards the ceiling. Hawk comes in, takes the shot, it ricochets awkwardly. Now we've got Razan, it's another 2-on-1, trying to push past Hawk. They're going to push the ball just barely into that corner. Ball Toke could be there, but it rolls off the ceiling. Razan goes for the flick in, and finally, Hammerheads find a goal, and that ties us at one aside with the ever so popular It's Complicated 0-0.
Liberty North finally having a crack in the defense. Hammerhead's jumping on it. Hawk not willing to give up on the game quite yet. Pushes it towards the corner. Electrolyte with the follow. Cameron has to be in the way, but Hawk will beat out Razan. Looking for the touch, but Mini Bolt will put it towards the wall. Can he get in the way? He does, but not in a meaningful way. He has to play it again, past one more, but it still doesn't get past Electrolyte. A demo onto Hawk. Now Cameron pushing it downfield, doesn't really do anything with it. It'll just spill out to Liberty North defense, who gets to play it all the way back into their own end again. Razan beat on the pass. Electrolyte takes the shot, but it's wide. Cameron has to find a way towards the back of the net now. He goes for the solo play, gets the flip reset, waits on Hawk, but isn't able to get past the last defender.
Shot on goal from Electrolyte. Defender can't get a touch on it. And with that, the Eagles put themselves in the lead by 1 with 27 seconds left on the clock. Kickoff, let's see who goes in favor of nobody. Nope, Electrolyte's going to capitalize on the dead ball.
Almost another goal immediately off. A 50-50 on the ride. Mini Bolt perfectly willing to go for take two on that play. Passes it over to Hawk. 50-50 will spill out towards the corner. Electrolyte's up, looks for the solo play off the ceiling. He does pass it up. Mini Bolt takes the shot. Looks like Hawk was also up for that from the negative angle, but he doesn't make contact. Cameron ends up pushing all the way down the field. He's not able to make contact, and in a drastically different game 3 and 4, we will see the Hammerheads fall once again to the Eagles.
Unfortunately, but it was a much better game than we saw last week towards the end of the series overall. Congratulations to the Liberty North Eagles. You guys are going to win out the semifinal game and go take on the Barracudas now in our next match, but definitely it won't be easy. The Hammerheads went down swinging. The Hammerheads and their brother squad of the Barracudas are going to come in swinging even harder. But overall, thoughts on that game beyond just like one team lost, one team won? Like,
I feel like there was a lot of panicked attempts to get pressure and find the back of the net when the defense for Liberty North became really solid in the last game 3 and 4, right? And I feel like there was just a lot of panic plays in the midfields by the Hammerheads, a lot of letting go of possession, just launching the ball downfield, hoping that a crack would form in the defense. But at the end of the day, it just didn't quite work in game 4, and in game 3, there weren't enough opportunities that were pounced on. And so the Liberty North defense will take it to the semifinal or the finals.
Yeah, they won the semifinals, so they're going to go on to the finals. But nonetheless, congratulations to both teams. Hammerheads, you guys definitely improved quite a bit than what we saw last week. So that just means it is up from here. Each and every week, definitely all of our Esports Tower teams level up their teaming skills overall. And there was a lot more passing. I mean, towards the end, we had some solo plays definitely coming out from the Hammerheads. I mean, when you're hitting the last-ditch efforts, sometimes it's what you got to rely on. But at the end of the day, it is going to be Liberty North that walks away with that victory going into the grand finals. But before we jump into those games, we are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and it's time to crown our Summer Rumble champion. Can the Eagles get revenge on the Barracudas, or will the Barracudas win out a second straight title? I'm still your host, Artie Rain, and joining me on desk is Joe Chigbrow. All right, so if you had to make any predictions, what would they be?
I mean, it's hard to say because we're seeing a solid Rocket League from everyone, but to be honest, I think I'd be a fool to not at least really seriously consider the Barracudas. They've proven themselves over and over again. And as much as I have faith in Liberty North, Barracudas, from what I've seen, because I've seen more of the Barracudas, are more time proven.
All right, I'm not going to argue that also because like the Barracudas are one of our longest standing teams. So one thing I can definitely predict is the success of these players outside of the realm of just esports, and that comes in the form of going on out of high school into college. And we actually want to take a quick moment to congratulate all the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received $3.6 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players that received these scholarships are talented, hardworking, and driven. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. Congratulations to each and every one of you. That is an incredible number, and every single month it just keeps going up. Keep working hard, keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to go definitely very far. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I am too. Every time I see that number, I'm just like, man, why can't I be, like 5 years younger?
Yeah, if only. But at the end of the day, that's we paved the way for this sort of stuff to happen. Now we get to talk about it, and it's great to see that people that were in our shoes, people that share our shoes now, or that are walking the path that we used to walk, have an easier time. They get recognition that they deserve. That, like, when we were their age, we're like, just you wait, people, it's going to be important. And now no one has to say that. They get to actually see how important all of these events, all these esports actually are. So nicely done to each and every one of you. And if you are looking, at least in the realm of Rocket League, to get one of these scholarships, we have someone who kind of is really important here at Boise State, who can offer you some keys of advice for Rocket League in particular, maybe help you pop off and win some extra games. And those keys of advice come from the one and only Doc Haskell, and they are: create the mistakes, punish the overcommits, play the walls better, and demo to disrupt. Doc's keys to the game are presented today by Esports Tower, where you can score pro advice and improve your team sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure, and you'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. All right, so with the Barracudas knocking down the Eagles to the lower bracket last week, and the Eagles flying back up to meet them in the grand finals, who is going to claim the championship title as we close out our summer series? Will it be the Fast and Furious Barracudas from under the sea, or will it be the Flying High North Liberty High School Eagles? Kickoff has already happened. Ball is inside the back defensive third of Eagle territory. Shot dunked down to Potato, but Electrolyte gets a save.
Supersonic taking it off the wall. Mini Bolt with the clear downfield. Potato is up and will take the block out. playing the front post now. Supersonic tries to get past one, doesn't real make contact. Cran with a long clear downfield. Could be an opportunity if Hawk doesn't get a good touch, but he does off the wall. Potato's ready. He's going to take the shot. Slow plays it around one, takes it towards the wall, clears it towards the ceiling. Cran taking the drop down shot, is unable to do anything with it, but does give it out to Potato. And a good link up all the way from the ceiling. North and south pole here. You can see Cran taps it, rolls it against the wall, so it's just nice and easy in front of that for Potato. And that angle is just so hard to get in the way of if you're Liberty North.
All right, going into the next kickoff, 35 seconds into the match, Barracuda's leading by 1. Kickoff heavily favoring Barracuda, sending it down into that back corner. Potato racing after it, goes for the challenge, pinches the ball down to Supersonic, and it will be left for Potato to pop it up against that back wall. Attempted dunk down from Supersonic. They unfortunately were a little bit too high and too far forward. Cran goes for the reset, trying to center the ball up to a teammate, but it's going to be taken away by Minibolt, who sends it to themselves and flips it up. Potato tries to chip it to the side, but can't get it in fast enough. Unfortunately, does give that ball just a little bit extra forward push into the net, but it's one of those, you weren't there, you were there. It was going to go in either way, but Minibolt, nicely done, equalizing us out with 4 minutes, 2 seconds on that clock.
A little bit less than a minute in, and we're already battling it out on both ends of the field. It looks like Supersonic found a chink in the armor, but this time all the way at the midfield, he beats out Liberty North. And just no one makes contact. Hawk not quite able to get there. We will find a goal in favor of the Barracudas at exactly 4 minutes. It took them 2 seconds to find that goal.
That's incredible. As we go to the next kickoff, I highly doubt we'll see the same mistake twice. We will not, but it's going to be won by the Barracudas. It takes a great swoosh off that wall, allowing Supersonic to cut in, push the ball the remainder of the angle it's needed to get to the back of the net. You can see here, it was dunked down by one of the Liberty North High members. Attempt for Hawk to prevent it from getting in front of that goal, unfortunately thwarted.
2 goals for the Barracudas now accounted for, specifically off of bad kickoffs. You can see even a third kickoff here. Now Liberty North has lost 3 kickoffs in a row. They need to change up the strategy for that. Electrolyte trying to take it all the way. Gets past one. Potato with the clear off of his own net. Hawk taking the ball up the wall. Supersonic is in the way. It doesn't make real contact. Cran pushes it away. Minibolt trying to defuse the play. Electrolyte takes it towards the wall. Potato will be there. He does get past one. Looks for a pass to a teammate, but Hawk will cut it off. Cran with the clear out to his own corner as Supersonic tries to create space off of 50-50 and will not end up beating the Liberty North midfield play. Now Potato and Cran working together to try to find a way out, but committing 2 players to that play leads an opportunity here for Electrolyte, who gets it over to Hawk. And now Cran has to make a last-ditch effort to otherwise risk getting scored on. But at the end of the day, Potato will find a way out, working with Supersonic. We'll just go back to battling in the corner.
Barracudas need to get this ball out of their territory. It seems to be that Liberty North plays the long game. They're more comfortable playing out and trying to set up multiple goal-scoring opportunities. Most of our esports tower teams are here, and they're perfectly fine with taking multiple shots on net. Hawk is going to find another goal there for the Eagles with 2 minutes, 47 seconds on the clock. Electrolyte popping the ball up here, plays off the backboard. Potato can't get in the way, and that's an easy goal for the Eagles.
Feels like there's a lot of reliance on Potato right now to be that third man for the Barracudas. Supersonic wins another kickoff for the Barracudas. An opportunity here for Potato, pushes it towards the corner. Minibolt has some time, plays it back to himself, has no one to pass to mid, doesn't get the solo play. Supersonic will take it towards the corner instead. The 50-50 not in favor of the Barracudas. Looking for a bit of a miscommunication there as they bump into each other. Supersonic passing it towards the wall. Minibolt back towards the back wall again, and a shot way too wide from Liberty North will mean that they're down 1 goal for a little bit longer. Potato with the air dribble past one, blocked by Electrolyte as he pushes it back towards their end.
We have Cran take down Minibolt. Supersonic pop the ball up, go for the reset play off the backboard. It's going to be pushed forward though by Potato, just down in the bottom right corner. 2 defenders could not find a touch on that ball.
No response on the backboard and no response on the shot at the net. Supersonic almost inadvertently getting in the way. Not that he had that much control of that situation after he fell anyways. But Barracudas, with their security goal firmly in place now. 2 minutes left on the clock. Minibolt looking to put a band-aid on the bleeding, and he gets past one off the read off the wall. The Barracudas not quite able to make the panic save here. Minibolt will push them into only a 1 goal deficit.
I was going to mention that a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes on the clock isn't necessarily the, end-all be-all for any game, and Liberty North then closed that gap down to 1, so we cannot say anyone is definitively going to win this game out just yet. 1 minute, 45 seconds on the clock. Hawk now rotating back, preparing to put pressure on Potato, who launches the ball forward. It bounces off Electrolyte and allows Supersonic to push in and find the exact center of that net.
Hat trick here for Supersonic. A pass off the sidewall and a shot over the defender. Hawk barely not able to get in the way. 5-3 lead for the Barracudas with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. Definitely enough time to see Liberty North come back, but they have their work cut out for them. Supersonic winning the kickoff yet again, pushing it towards the back wall, but Hawk is able to get in the way. A demo onto Hawk to create space for Supersonic here. The pass over to Potato, who play past one, has to play past one more, and almost finds the chink, but Hawk is in the way. Now, Electrolyte unable to get past the midfield stripe.
Electrolyte still maintaining possession, tries to play it around Potato, ends up popping the ball up, allowing Supersonic to come in. Tried to get the second touch there, couldn't find it. Potato gets demoed by Hawk at the midfield. Ball dunked down past Supersonic. Oh, and it looked like we had Potato just off respawn, still not moving just yet. Unable to pop up and elevate to prevent this ball from going in. Oh no, it was Cran.
And that's not a respawn position. That is, you can't respawn there, so that is an AFK. Maybe he lost connection, some internet issues. Hopefully those resolve before another goal opportunity here, but Cran still is not in the game. We'll have to see a 2v3 for the moment involving Supersonic and Potato, but ends up not quite working out. Barracudas now have a tie game. They got to be shaking their teammate. Wake up, man, wake up, we need you.
For anyone that is unfamiliar with how these work, if the first goal has been scored, then we do not reset the match. So with Cran disconnecting after multiple goals have been scored by the Barracudas, it means we have to let the play continue. Off kickoff, we have Potato attempt to go for the challenge, can't find it. Supersonic's going to equalize this forward push here and take out one of the Liberty North players, but the ball goes sailing over one of our defenders, barely getting saved at the last minute. Now Supersonic's trying to push forward to midfield stripe.
Battle in the midfield, Electrolyte past one. Only has to play it off the wall, looks for the pass out mid here. No touch from either team. Supersonic lets it go into the corner. Potato plays it over to himself. The 50-50 will push it towards the sidewall. The Barracudas can stall, but eventually they'll have to go to an overtime with an AFK. Supersonic pushing it off the wall, needs to buy more time, gets past one. Electrolyte's in the way, plays it towards the wall, takes it slow, past one. Looks for the 50-50. Potato will win out, however. Only has one to beat. Gets the flick. Minibolt has to save. He does make the save. Almost gets scored on in a 2v3 situation. Supersonic is able to keep pressure, but only as long as Potato is able to slow down the play in the corner and put the ball down.
Potato made the smart play there. When you're down one and the ball is in your defensive 30, better knock that ball onto the ground and force overtime. Now off the kickoff, it looks like Potato can't get a touch on it from Hawk. Minibolt's going to go for the shot on goal. Whiffs on it. We still don't have Cran here with us, so unfortunately that disconnect's just going to have to remain disconnected. But Supersonic has no one on them, no one home for Liberty North, and that's going to be the golden goal in 13 seconds. Despite being a man down, Barracudas are still going to win out game number 1 in this best-of-7 series.
Way too much heavy of a commit on the third man there with no one there to back him up. Supersonic will get away with murder. All of the Barracudas, truth be told, will get away with murder, playing a 2v3 situation for, I think, the last minute and 30 seconds.
That's just scary. That is a risky situation. Cran, I hope you reconnect. I think we might be able to wait until you're back, but hats off to your teammates for pulling that off. Barracudas walk away with a Game 1 victory, but they still got to win 3 more matches in order to win out this grand finals. Let's see if they can do it in a quick fashion and end up with a 4-0 sweep, or if Liberty North has done what Liberty North has done best and immediately return the favor of the first game loss.
Yeah, or we'll have to see if the Barracudas do what they do best, which is just win, win, win over and over again. I mean, this is the second rematch now for Liberty Eagles. They definitely have their work cut out for them, and they have something to prove. But if anything, their record has shown that they are not worried about losing Game 1. There's plenty of series left to play, and they are very confident going into Game 2. So I'm excited to see what adjustments they're going to make to help them get along the line against the Barracudas. Such a strong team all around.
Well, we definitely have to hope that Cran has made a return by the time this next game starts. I think typically it's 1 minute, but you're allowed a maximum of 5 minutes for technical difficulties in this instance. So Cran, hopefully your Ethernet cable got plugged back in, the modem got turned back on, or you did the laundry really quickly like your mother had asked you to, but you didn't, so that's why you got pulled off your PC. Well, we'll have to jump into game number 2, hoping Cran is either there or they reached deep down in their roster and grabbed a different Barracuda player to fill in that role. Cran will have to make a return for game number 2. And let's see who comes out on top in the next 5 minutes. Gosh, I love this interesting. Thank you, production.
So good.
It looks like we got Potato. I'm trying to view over there. Supersonic and Cran is back. Let's see. Yes, Cran has fully reconnected. Welcome back.
Minibolt looking for the play. Over to Electrolyte. Gets the pass and the shot. And the midfield play will lead Liberty North to a lead situation in the first 8 seconds.
We did see the Barracudas, though, return the favor and score 1 goal within, I think, 12 seconds last time and then 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So
It was 2 kickoff goals.
yeah, I don't think Supersonic's going to get away with that twice. Can see some Demolition Derby at the mid, taking out Supersonic flat as the ball is in the back third of Liberty North's territory, sent to the midfield. Supersonic off respawn, tries to send the ball into the corner, but it's volleyed back to mid by Electrolyte, corralled by Cran.
Potato with the 50-50 on Electrolyte, does find the beat. Minibolt presses it towards the ball. Supersonic clear towards the other corner. Cran is up to try to make the play a little easier, but doesn't make solid contact. Minibolt takes the play away, but Potato will take the cut off. Blocked by Minibolt. Cran not able to make contact, and now Supersonic has to reset the play entirely. They need a way out of their end, and they're just not quite able to find it yet. Potato not making contact. Supersonic pushing it towards the wall. Maybe a solo play is the answer. They do get past the midfield stripe. He does get the next touch, but they aren't able to convert into a goal, and they will remain 1 goal down as they try to reset an offensive play.
Cran has the ball get dunked down to Potato, but both were relatively low, but the secondary or tertiary shot there does find the back of the net. We'll see how this went. We had Potato off the back wall. Ball gets pinched up towards the ceiling. Cran just flicks the ball forward as all defenders have been pushed out of position. Nicely done.
0-0 scoreline. About 4 minutes left on the clock still. Supersonic gets 50-50, leaves it for Cran. Taking the shot, Supersonic will be blocked by Minibolt. Pushes it back into the far corner. Maybe looking for a pass. Blocked by Potato. Gets past 1. Gets the second touch past 2. Hawk has to push towards the corner. Cran is up, hitting it towards the ceiling, but Electrolyte will get the clear instead. Potato having to play it slow. Gets past 2 defenders, beating Hawk on the 50-50, but not in a way where anyone can respond. Minibolt has to try to push past Potato, but is unable to. Cran doesn't get in the way of the touch. It could be an opportunity here. Pounced on by Electrolyte, and Liberty North will continue to hold their lead down best they can with 3 minutes and 24 left on the clock.
Going into the next kickoff, let's see if Supersonic is going to be in position to take the first touch here. It's going to be Potato from the left. Challenge by Minibolt results in Electrolyte whiffing on the centered shot. Ball hits that ever so steadfast fourth man, the crossbar. Line Barracudas to find the ball across midfield stripe. Supersonic goes for the redirect shot, saved by Electrolyte.
Electrolyte towards the corner. Platt's in the way. Cran bumps Platt. Could work out instead. Electrolyte playing it off the wall slow. Potato looks for the 50-50. Beat by Electrolyte. Hawk has to push up next. Takes the shot. Platt will block instead as he pushes it towards the wall. A little bit of a triple commit off the backboard.
Oh no. Oh.
It's barely out. Potato will end up being the saving grace.
You could hear both of us saying, oh no, because we definitely thought that the defenders were not ready for that one. Now Cran bringing the ball up. It's going to just barely glide across that ceiling. Hawk went to the elevation, sending the ball to the side. It's going to be Supersonic pushing the ball against that backboard, hitting the crossbar, but it does look like it will be cleared out by Minibolt. Cran goes for the challenge as Potato gets demoed. Ball takes a ricochet off the ceiling, forcing Cran to also pinch the ball off the ground. Hawk gets the ball across midfield stripe, but it's going to be Supersonic who is going to rotate to the back post and elevate with possession.
Playing it slow, looks for the solo play, ends up leaving it. Electrolyte takes it instead. Cran cuts in, doesn't make solid contact. A 50-50 almost goes in for Supersonic. Cran plays it towards the back wall, looks for the shot from there. A little bit of coordination issues as he runs to Potato. Platt is now up with the pass off the wall, looks for a play, but ends up getting blocked by Minibolt. Hawk taking it towards the wall. Potato with the pinch towards the back of the net, blocked by Electrolyte. Barracudas only have 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock to find the back of the net. Cran with the pass, over one flat with the shot attempt blocked by Electrolyte. The defense for Liberty North holding on.
Ball's in defensive third, Barracuda territory. Cran pops it up past one. It's going to elevate into the midfield. Lose possession, leave it for Supersonic. Supersonic tries to pass it to Potato. Potato gets the touch, and that equalizes it to a side with 1 minute and 19 seconds left on the clock. You can see here Cran loses it, pops up by Supersonic. Potato comes in for the third touch. All three defenders, it passes right through them, threading the needle.
A great 1-2-3 from the Barracudas to finally break down Liberty North defense. Looking at an overtime situation with 1 minute and 15 left on the clock. Electrolyte pushes towards the backboard. Supersonic is in the way. Potato gets the next touch past one. Cran with the 50-50. It'll just spiral straight up in the air in front of the net. Mini Bolt presses it downfield. Supersonic tries to get the clear out, but is unable to, as Mini Bolt pushes back downfield using the wall.
In a best of 7 series, I do not think playing for overtime is the best idea. We've got Potato flicking the ball up, tries to get it to Cran, but the angle is just not right for Cran. Ball's going to barely skid past that ceiling, get dunked down at midfield stripe. We have a 2-on-1. Potato's at that defensive position. Hawk's going to take a double touch off the wall. Supersonic flat, pushing it across midfield stripe. Stopped by Mini Bolt, but Mini Bolt is taken down by Supersonic.
Potato looking for a play on the wall. Doesn't make solid contact. Has to wait it out. A good demo could be an opportunity here, but Cran and Supersonic are both up. Neither of them take a good shot. Cran has to back off now as Electrolyte takes it off the wall, looking to get out of the overtime situation. Cran baits out another defender. He's past 2 now. Only has to get past 1 more, but he can't quite, as Mini Bolt is able to respond in time. Maybe takes a shot here, and it'll be good. Supersonic goes for the demo and doesn't make contact. Goes for the demo over the ball, and it will cost him everything, probably, this game.
5 seconds left on the clock. We're going to have to see something absolutely crazy right now from the Barracudas to equalize this out and push us into overtime. If not, Liberty North's going to walk away with a Game 2 victory and tie us up here in the best of 7 series and bring us down to a best of 5. Ball gets unfortunately grounded there by Supersonic. Liberty North Eagles walk away with a Game 2 victory, and we are now tied 1 aside.
And we are one step closer to the Esports Tower agreement of let's get to our best of 3.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, if there's anything consistent about Liberty North High School, it's their defense and their ability to win Game 2. Against all else, they will win Game 2. We can see that it was kind of sporadic on the field here. Not a whole lot of focus on either side, but very kind of a passive game, all things considered.
I'm expecting Game 3 to not be as slow.
Yeah, I'm ready for the fireworks, to be honest.
That, or it's going to turn into Demolition Derby, kind of like we saw near the end of the first series here tonight. Yeah. That tends to be the backup plan for a lot of teams. I'm not positive if that's going to be what we see, but, you know, it makes me happy to see it because I like it. I'm all here for fireworks and smoke. My brain is a squirrel brain and enjoys anything that is sparkly or makes a loud noise. That being said, best of luck to both teams as we are now tied, and as Joe so conveniently mentioned, in a best of 5 series now. Might see it go down to a best of 3 as we normally do. We expect it to be that way. So this game could go either way. No matter what, no one's going to be at match point anyway. So both teams, show me what you got. Bring the best you have. Let's try to decrease some of those double commits I was noticing though. Please.
Yeah, the coordination had some flaws for sure on the Barracudas end of the field. It felt like Cran specifically and Supersonic were kind of all over each other a little bit. Definitely could work on making sure that they're spread out on the field and trying to work together rather than both of them going for solo plays a lot of the time. I think that'll be what ends up making it work for them in the series if they are able to turn it around. But they don't really have a whole lot of turning around to do. It's really still a very close series, all things considered.
I just want to see some things get cleaned up for the Barracudas. There were moments where we saw all 3 members in the same, ninth of the field. You can divide each third into 3 parts, and you kind of don't want everyone to be in one little area because it means that you don't have field control. We saw that a lot from the Barracudas. So let's hope they clean that up as we have an initial shot on goal from Hawk, taken away by Cran. Now ball crossing midfield stripe. Electrolyte with possession is going to just push the ball into the corner, but it's going to be taken away by Supersonic as they were just a little bit too slow.
Supersonic turns around, blocked by Electrolyte. Potatoes up towards the wall. Supersonic towards mid. Electrolyte will take it.
Ooh.
demo from Protato. This could be what we were talking about earlier. Cran looks for the play pass one to Protato, but it'll just be a little bit too fast. Supersonic has to create an opportunity, goes for the ceiling shot. He gets the 1-2, but it will not put it towards the net. Protato hits it high and wide, is unable to do anything else, but Cran finds another demo. It looks like they were listening to our one and only Artie. That's why I think we are 3 demos on the poor Liberty North defense now, but it holds strong.
I'm sorry, Liberty North. I didn't know they'd take me so literally. Ball is inside Barracuda territory. Cran finds a fabulous clear. It's going to hit that crossbar, unfortunately, and it can be sent right back towards midfield stripe. Potato tries to go for the challenge. It's going to be too low and too slow as Mini Bolt pushes off the back wall. Hawk goes for the shot, saved by Cran, who calculated that receive perfectly.
Cran blocked by Electrolyte. Potato has to be up. He does get the clear towards the corner. Supersonic is there. Hits it back mid. Potato can respond. Blocked by Electrolyte. Cran is blocked by Hawk. It'll just spill out back to Electrolyte and pass it all the way downfield to Supersonic, who hits it towards his own corner, diffusing the situation. Cran gets the long clear past one. Supersonic will stay up, finds a demo. Doesn't look like an intentional one. He could have never seen him coming with ball cam on, but Potato will try to find a goal from it all together anyway. No response from the Barracuda's offense.
Mini Bolt takes the shot, saved by Platt, who's now trying to play it out and away from Mini Bolt. Gonna pop it off the wall, flick it up, leave it for Potato, who's just gonna demo Hawk instead, allow Supersonic to come back in. Ball takes an awkward ricochet. Cran finds the opportunity to come in and send the ball to the back of the net. Almost 2 whole minutes, and we finally have 1 goal here. Barracudas find the first.
Finally, the Barracudas breaking through after all those demos and all those attempts to break down Liberty North defense. They lead with 1-0 here with 3 minutes left on the clock. Cran looking to lead the charge. Potato gets a demo. Doesn't look like he quite had faith that no one would be there, however. And a pass off the back wall would be good enough for Cran. The demo might have opened up an opportunity here, as none of the players had enough moves to keep up with Supersonic. And the pass responded by Cran will lead them to their security goal with 3 minutes left on the clock still.
3 minutes. 2-0 lead easily taken away in that amount of time. And just to recap for anyone that's not here last week, Barracudas did win out in the best of 5 in a 3-1. So Liberty North did take a game away from them. If we're having a repeat story, then that means Barracudas have to win this one and then the next 2 after that if they're looking for a very similar, only letting 1 game get away from them. As Cran's pushing forward, Supersonic tries to give it to Cran, but the give and go is taken a little bit too slow and the ball is sent back towards the midfield.
Cran gets past all the defenders, notices the opening on the side. Cran leading the charge here on offense so far.
Supersonic does a fake out. Cran does a push to push someone out of the way.
That was really cool.
Absolutely perfect. That is metagaming right there.
Look at all the demos for the Barracudas right now. I mean, Cran's goes off the screen, but he has at least 2. Potato has 4, and Supersonic has 2. We've got 8 demos at least, maybe more. 8 demos at least for the Barracudas.
I'm so sorry, Liberty North. I'm so sorry.
We'll be at
Hawk
9.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hawk's like, even down 1 man, I can find the goal. It's okay.
The my bad, holy cows. The demo is not quite working. Hawk reads it, just takes the shot.
Whoopsies.
Finds his first goal in this game. Not doomed for them yet. They have 2 minutes to find 2 more goals, but Barracudas have to break down and ease up on the demos, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Potato goes for the flick. Supersonic goes for the shot. Cran backs away, leads it towards the wall, takes it up past the wall with the solo play opportunity, gets the flip reset, won't make solid contact again. Supersonic takes the shot but doesn't make contact in a meaningful way. Electrolyte pushes downfield past 1. It's open. Hawk just has to put it down, but he doesn't put it down hard enough. As Cran will take the clear downfield. Mini Bolt towards the wall, blocked by Barracuda's midfield. Cran up with the tap towards the defense, won't make anything of it, and Supersonic has to battle at midfield for the back of the net.
Beautiful shot from Supersonic, easily read by Mini Bolt though, because it was right in the middle of the net. They make a great save, sending it to the side. Mini Bolt leaves it for Electrolyte and Hawk to battle out a 2v2. Potato tries to get the ball flicked towards the midfield. Supersonic is gonna push Mini Bolt out of the play, allowing Cran to take a shot. That's gonna be goal number 5 for the Barracudas.
Not easy up at all. I think that's actually, is that goal 4? It's goal 4.
Okay, I can't count.
It didn't update in time. No worries. Yeah, so a 4-1 lead in favor of the Barracudas. They got that 3-0 back in their favor now, but still have a while to play defense against Liberty North. We've seen so many goals scored in such a short amount of time. It's definitely not out of the realm of possibility, but there's opportunity for Rotato. Definitely trying to make it even harder for them to come back. Cran with the stealing attempt from the midfield. Can't really do anything with it. Leaves it for Rotato, who hits it off the wall back to Supersonic, who takes the shot, and it almost finds its way in. Electrolyte gets the block at the last minute. Cran up with the shot, but doesn't make contact at all. And now Supersonic has to play it slow against the wall, has to let them find a way out so they can respond. And the only thing he can do is pop it up in front of his own net.
Risky play, but it was not immediately punished by... Nope, as I'm saying not immediately punished, it is going to be Electrolyte punishing it. Ball's right above the net, immediately recognized here by Electrolyte. Mini Bolt pushed it up, it swung around and just easily pitched down into the net. But 2-goal lead, 30 seconds being a little second gracious there. That's 1 every 15 seconds. Can Liberty North do that to send us into overtime? I really don't know.
Definitely think it's possible, but they got to score right now. All this time chipping away is just going to end up too much if they don't find something soon. Cran clears it towards the back wall, flat with the shot, and Supersonic will find a 6th goal for the Barracudas now.
I think I owe a genuine apology to Liberty North. Like, I need a handwrite postcard saying I'm sorry I encouraged Demolition Derby.
I'm sorry I cost you Grand Finals game number 3 because of my demo's idea.
Well, Potato is going to push the ball forward. It's going to go and be stopped by Electrolyte and then what?
The pinball shot. Cran said, you know what? I can't take the shot here, but Mini Bolt sure can.
Oh!
Oh, that's just dirty. That's so dirty.
I've never seen a cue ball done like that before, so I'm sorry.
I don't think it would have mattered at this stage of the game, unfortunately.
Truly it wouldn't,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, I can still say my apologies. I think production, whenever I say get a little demolition heavy, yeah, that's disgusting, Cran. I see that. We're not even counting all the demos. They can't even fit on the screen here. I think production needs to save an old version of Doc's keys to the game whenever I start mentioning getting a little demolition happy here. Just solely for the fact that we had an old key that was delay those demos, and it's something that needs to make a comeback.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there would have been a lot going on our screen with the amount of demos done in that game. But yeah, honestly, the demos seemed to work. I mean, it was the first game that we've seen the Barracudas really remain hard and control from start to finish. So we'll have to see if that kind of adjustment is going to remain true and stay the course at this point for the Barracudas, or if it's something that, you know, North Eagles can be able to respond to in a positive way and adapt to those demos.
I mean, part of any, you know, sport is getting in the head of your enemy, and anything you can do to throw them off their game, in this case demoing, it worked. I'm not sure if it'll work 2 games in a row though, because after it's done for 5 minutes straight, typically the other team's like, okay, I get it, I might spend half the game on respawn. They're prepared for it mentally now, so probably not going to have as much of an impact this game as it did in the last game. But the Barracudas are now leading the series by 1. However, North Eagles just wins out this one where, you know, back down to a best of 3.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if we went down to the Esports Tower best of 3 at this point. That's honestly what we can call every series now instead of best of 7. It's Esports Tower best of 3. But Mini Bolt is determined to give us that result. Barracudas might not be leaning towards that as much, as they can walk away in the grand finals if they win this next match. Cran pushing it past, finds 2 defenders out. Potato with the shot, doesn't find its way in. Supersonic with the backboard pass here to Potato. That bounce off post. Oh!
What, again? Supersonic planted it this time?
I guess. I thought he was just in the way by accident, maybe? Oh, no, it was another cue ball shot.
Did he hit it off Mini Bolt again, or was that Hawk? Either
He
way.
hit Mini Bolt, and Mini Bolt caught air and knocked the ball in. That's just so dirty.
I'm sorry, Mini Bolt.
The Barracudas have resorted to a strategy of, hey, I don't have an angle, but this guy sure does, and they just yeet the enemy defenders at the ball until it works. Now with the Barracudas leading, they just have to, oh, and they find the security goal. Supersonic forces the defenders to jump early, and they're caught off guard by the shot. Electrolyte just passes it down to Cran, and Supersonic going for the defense just forces them to take an awkward approach, and it will lead to a 2-0 lead in favor of the Barracudas. They have their security goal.
But there's 4 minutes on the clock. We cannot call that security just yet. I mean, if there's less than half the game left, I'll call it a security goal. But game number 2, Liberty North showed us that 2-goal lead with more than 3 minutes on the clock means nothing to them. So they can bring this one back as Hawk is returning the favor on to Protato, getting the first demo we've seen for Liberty North since game number 1.
You can see the rough housing for the Barracudas paying dividends. Even if they don't get the demo, it's the brain play of making the opponent jump to get out of the way led to a goal for them there. We'll have to see if it remains true. Protato just kind of trying to be the setup man right now. Hawk is in the way, doesn't get that great of a touch though. Minibull has to push towards the wall, but doesn't make any contact, so Protato will keep it to himself again. It takes the shot, no one in the way, no one there to stop Protato from making the play happen. Just no contact at all from Liberty North defense. Protato will be like, well, we're in your head, and now I'll just take the shot, and we will be 3 goals up with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Liberty have plenty of time, but they got to use it.
I mean, at this point, if you're Liberty North and spent last game getting demoed so heavily, you don't know if the player's going to go for the demo now, or if they're going to just intentionally try and just push you out of the way, or not even go after you whatsoever. And that type of head game is scary, as we see Cran. The give and the go from Protato, absolutely perfect here. Protato off the wall to Cran. Cran, defenders out of the way, takes a shot, and that is another goal for the Barracudas.
No contact from Liberty North. They're just not quite making enough contact to remain in control of their defensive end. 4 goals is more than enough security lead for the Barracudas right now, but they're not safe yet. Cran with the solo play off the ceiling. Supersonic takes the shot, blocked by 2 defenders by Liberty North. Electrolyte beat out by Protato, who takes the far corner shot, blocked again, however, by the side wall. Hawk looking for a play. Looks like it could be a pass up to Protato, but it won't end up finding its mark. Supersonic taking the pass towards the back wall. Hawk will finally find a way out of his end, but Protato says, no thank you. We're going to go play some more offense. Pushes it against the wall. Cran with the shot towards the backboard, blocked barely by Minibolt. Supersonic looking for the 50-50, but asked to 50-50 his own teammate, so Hawk will take the play, give it to Electrolyte. But again, Protato is not letting them pass the midfield strip. He's refusing to give them any kind of pressure at all. Supersonic goes to the demo and doesn't make contact, so Minibolt will actually find his way past after a demo on Protato will create that opportunity for them.
Ball goes sailing over the top of the goal across that crossbar. Crossing midfield stripe now. Cran's gonna try and get it past Minibolt. Can't do it. We had a 2-on-1, so Supersonic came in. But 2-on-1 means that there's an open member, and that was Protato. Takes a fabulous shot, but Hawk read it perfectly, snared it on the ground. Cran goes to the reset, gets it past 1. Can they get it past the other 2? As all 3 defenders are here to create a defensive wall, and ball goes rolling in from Supersonic shot.
Another bump from the Barracudas onto the 3rd man here. I think it was Cran? Cran hits Minibolt. I guess Electrolyte could have been there too, but at the end of the day, they're just not responding well to this aggressive playstyle. They're not letting Liberty North hunker down in their end like they did into the Hammerheads. They're just forcing them to play the game faster and adapt. Otherwise, the Barracudas will run away with the game. And if a 5-goal lead with only 2 minutes left on the clock, it's still possible. But at this point, that's still possible. It's becoming a lot less possible. Protato looking to make it 6 goals, but not quite able to get past Hawk.
Hawk at the mid loses possession by pushing that ball too far forward. Minibolt tries to cut in and help out. Minibolt putting pressure on Protato. Protato looking to just center it up for a teammate. Instead, the ball's going to get flicked back towards midfield stripe. Electrolyte's going to get demoed by Supersonic. Cran tries to get the ball across the stripe, has to play it around Hawk and let Protato come in as Cran takes out Minibolt. Shot on goal from Protato is going to be popped up off the backboard by the defense and sent to midfield stripe.
Pass towards the back wall. Cleared out by the Barracudas. Protato playing it slow, passing it mid to a teammate, but no one's there quite yet. It just rolls on the ceiling. Cran goes to the ceiling play. Doesn't make solid contact, however. Protato playing that 3rd man once again, gets past 1, bumped by his own teammate, however. Looks like the bumps are starting to become a little bit of a friendly fire. Supersonic playing it towards the wall. Has a weird angle here, but does get the 50-50 past 1. This could be an opportunity if he gets it mid fast enough. He is Supersonic. He hits it against the ceiling, but no one's prepared for it. Cran goes for the ceiling touch, but is not quite able to do anything with it. A demo onto Supersonic could be an opportunity here for Electrolyte. He just has to play past 1. He gets it over Cran, but Cran barely gets the touch and pushes it out just in time. Cran holding on for dear life, playing defense a little bit longer with 30 seconds-ish left on the clock and a 5-goal lead for the Barracudas. It might just be a go next moment, but this is the grand finals.
Barracudas still have to win another game after this one, but Potato with the hat trick with the assist from Supersonic. 17 seconds on the clock here. Supersonic off the ceiling, leaves the ball for Potato, who takes this just banger of a shot straight into the net. No defenders are home. Ranks Champ 2, Champ 1, and Champ 2. That is the ranks of the Barracuda squad right now. Holy cow.
I think it's possible that they're memeing as well.
That's
because
true.
Champ 2 is kind of like the meme go-to rank that people say
Gotcha.
in Rocket League. But it's hard to tell, honestly. You can't
A
tell
large
tone
bagel
over
isn't
text.
Champ 2 or anything. Our very own large bagel hit Champ 2 and was really excited about it. So.
I mean, it gets memed on, but percentage-wise, it's pretty impressive, all things considered.
All right. Well, I'm impressed as someone who is by no means have a professional Rocket League player background or opinion, but that game was heavily dominated by the Barracudas, and they are now at match point. You can just see here how, where shots were taken from. Absolutely all over the place, but nonetheless, Barracudas now definitely having a hold on this series as a whole. One more game, and that's it. If they win, that's it. I have to put that preface in there because we still could end up going through the full best-of-7 series, which people seem to always like to make us go through here on Desk.
Or, you know, the best of 3, which is only, waiting on the Barracudas to let down one more game here.
Yeah. So long as Liberty North gets this next game, it's best of 3.
Yeah, we'll be back to, right where we usually are.
It's nothing new to us at that point.
No, definitely not. But we'll have to see. I mean, it doesn't look like so far that the Eagles are doing that great of a job of adapting to this really aggressive play style on offense. I mean, they have still one more game to figure it out, but they have to make a change soon because they're just Barracudas have their number on defense.
Yeah, the response needs to happen sooner rather than later. They need to pick up the phone. See if they can. Barracudas leading this series currently at match point. Liberty North struggling to find a foothold and adjust. Can they do that in this game? They had a little bit over a minute here to discuss it, make some changes. Time to start laying those demos and being aware that Barracudas like to play aggressive as we go into the first kickoff. It's going to be Potato pushing the ball towards the back defensive third of Liberty North territory.
Cran off the sidewall. Potato with the shot, and he will find the early goal. Potato just starting off strong for the Barracudas here. A pass off the wall from Cran. He's already there. Hawk kind of recovering poorly. Cran will work together with Potato to find that far corner.
10 seconds off the clock. Barracudas finding goal number 1. Kickoff is a stalemate, forcing the second man from both squads to come in easily. Yeah. Ooh, we can just watch this replay and you can see what happened. We might even see the kickoff from it. Yeah, so second man comes in from both sides. Supersonic from the defensive third, plays it past Electrolyte. Electrolyte doesn't have enough speed to catch up. The ball goes right in. 18 seconds.
It looks like 2 players from Liberty North thought they had ownership over that right side big boost, and they both went for it. And Supersonic just said, well, I guess I just have an open net all the way from here.
Hold up. From my non-expertise level of Rocket League gameplay, that's not how it works.
No, you cannot split or share or airdrop boost to one of your teammates.
I meant that it's always determined who gets that boost off kickoff based off your positioning.
Oh, I mean, your solo ranked teammates might disagree with you on that,
Oh,
but
okay.
it should be, yeah.
Thank you. I'm not cuckoo.
No, there is a way to do it, but not everyone's going to follow it. Unfortunately, even with the help of comms, I assume they're using comms, they were not able to make that play work. Now a battle at midfield is what's going to take place for the next minute here, unless Potato's able to take the goal now, and he is. Where is Liberty North defense? They weren't anywhere near the goal there. It looks like Minibolt got played, Hawkeye got played. Oh, and Electrolyte is rotating back on that boost. He's just too slow. And Potato finds the goal. 3-0 in favor of Barracudas. Not looking good for Liberty right now.
4 minutes still on the clock, though. They can definitely bring this one back in their favor. We'll have to see. It's off the wall. Hawk tried to go for that. It's an old standard kickoff play, but it's not working. And with that, we have Supersonic with the assist. Potato with the hat trick, and that is going to put the Barracudas up by 4. I mean, Minibolt couldn't elevate fast enough. We even had Cran coming in to make the rebound play.
Just doesn't quite end up working out. Still plenty of time, but they have to get a goal per minute. More than doable, but right now, Barracudas are in the driver's seat.
So Electrolyte demo Supersonic. Supersonic off the respawn is going to take the shot, not even going to be accredited by the system, as Hawk got a great clear over the side. Wall is dead for a few moments, but Electrolyte can't get there fast enough, and Supersonic is got to go Supersonic and score another goal for the Barracudas.
You can see, I think it might have been Electrolyte. He was heavily relying on Mini Bolt to get a good 50-50 there, or to beat out Potato, but he just doesn't. The 50-50 lands right in front of their net. Electrolyte is nowhere to be seen supporting the play. And now a 5-0 lead for the Barracudas. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Supersonic's looking for the 6-goal lead as he passes it using the ceiling, but Hawk will force it out a little longer. Potato off the wall towards the back of the net. Instead, blocked by Electrolyte. Fran has to hit it past one, gets over one. Potato is up, but he does not quite make contact. An elevation from Mini Bolt will put it all the way onto the other end of the field. Supersonic plays it past one. Only has defenders retreating in front of him. He can take the flick. A demo by Potato on Electrolyte will just make the net as open as can be. A 6-goal lead for the Barracudas. 3 minutes left on the clock. They have to score 2 goals every 30 seconds.
It's not...
Or 2 goals every minute.
It's not impossible. That's a goal, yeah. It's a goal every 30 seconds. It's doable. But right now, Liberty North seems as though they're uncomfortable. They're not used to being in the situation of being forced to respond to aggression. They're normally the aggressors. And I think that's evident by their playstyle dramatically changing. They're being very hesitant to take opportunities and make them here, especially after we had Electrolyte cherry picking and it resulted in an easy goal for the Barracudas.
Cran towards the back wall. Makes the play past one. Hawk with the 50-50. It'll spill out towards the mid. Looks like Cran is up. He hits it towards his own net.
Whoa.
Supersonic ends up blocking just in time. Cran actually ends up bumping his own teammate instead with an over-rotate. Potato taking the 50-50, taking the second 50-50. It'll actually spill out in favor of Liberty North, but they're not able to take the shot. A bump on Mini Bolt. Oh, and it's barely not wide. Electrolyte will find the back of the net, putting them into a situation where they have the pressure, but it's really... They have quite the mountain to get over now.
31 seconds for that goal. So they're within range of meeting that 2 goals per minute that we set earlier in order to equalize this and send us into overtime. They need to score one here very quickly, though, and keep this momentum shift in their favor. But instead, Potato off kickoff with the assist from Tran is going to find goal number 7 for the Barracudas.
Yeah, and the Brazil is set up now for the Barracudas. Barring any BM, we were going to see quite the uphill climb again for Liberty North. Have to score quite a few goals per minute now. Platt losing the 50-50 out, letting it go to Cran. Hawk taking it towards the wall, past one. Cran pushes it over. Electrolyte takes the shot towards an open net, but it'll bounce off both sides of the post. Will not find a way out. Mini Bolt has to push it towards the wall. Plays it slow around Cran, but Cran will end up beating out. Could roll in front of the net, barely blocked by Hawk. Now Potato will play it slow from the corner.
Mini Bolt pushes the ball to midfield. Potato goes for the block on it, but it's Supersonic actually setting up a shot opportunity as they take out Hawk. Crossing over towards the other side, we have Electrolyte demo Potato, allowing finally for Liberty North to break through into the defensive third Barracuda territory. Cran immediately popping the ball up to midfield stripe and dunking it down, and it ends up with Hawk though.
Mini Bolt, long clear downfield over to Cran, playing it towards the wall. Platt hits it mid, leaves it for Potato. Has a solo play opportunity here. Has to get past one. Gets past one off the flick. Pass over to Supersonic towards the back wall. Potato can take the shot of the pass. Alps for the pass over to Cran. Cran takes the shot. Doesn't make solid quality contact. So Supersonic takes the shot and misses again. Mini Bolt playing it around Supersonic. Gives it over to Hawk, who plays it around. Now Cran has to hit towards Supersonic. A roll towards the wall. Mini Bolt taking it back to himself. Blocked by Potato off the wall, past one, but no shot good there quite yet. Potato is going to have to play it around to Supersonic. Just the battle in the corners right now. No one quite able to break out as we hold the Brazil scored line going into the last minute of the game.
Ball is in defensive third for the Barracudas. Electrolyte shot saved by Potato. Mini Bolt tries to recenter it for a teammate. Electrolyte has to come in from the mid to go challenge against Cran as the ball gets sent into the corner. Popped up, volley to mid by Hawk, dunks it down, but there's 2 defenders there. One will elevate, popping the ball right back to the midfield stripe as we're at the 30-second mark.
Mini Bolt. Oh, Cran actually cuts into the play, doesn't use many times. And now it is an 8-1 lead in favor of the Barracudas. Liberty North, at this point, you're probably thinking about the go next, but really not a whole lot next.
Go next after this. That's the unfortunate situation here. Cran's maybe looking to get a hat trick for themselves, just like their teammates have to have a hat trick apiece. Cran is dwindling, trying to play catch up on that regard. He's got 20 seconds to do it. Will Cran get a hat trick and equal it out so all members of the team have a hat? We'll have to see.
Potato looking to play around 1. Oh, a bump. A lot of bumps all at once. Cran pushes him towards the wall. Clock winding down. 2 seconds left. Potato just dropped the ball and ended the game. And that'll be it. Distracted for a minute by the chat.
All right, with that being said, we can see your total shots on goal heavily dominated by the Barracudas of 71%. Boost use, side control, relatively equal, though it didn't feel that way. Apparently, the numbers reflect what really was going down. But with that being said, Barracudas, very similar to what we saw last week when they did initially knock down Liberty North High into our redemption bracket. 4-1 victory, only dropping game number 2. I hope to see Liberty North in our future Rumbles, but for now, Barracudas, yet again, are going to be our Summer Rumble champions, as that is our last Summer Rumble, I believe, as we jump into the fall season. If you want an opportunity to be seen by expert college recruiters, you know, get one of those nice scholarships we got to talk about earlier, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should join the club. Esports Tower Club members get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. The Barracudas win the grand finals, and we kind of bet on that on Death Before the Game. I'm not going to say we jinxed it. We were just, you know, going based off the numbers we've seen in the past. It was an educated guess. But with that being said, congratulations, Barracudas. But before we wrap up our summer series as a whole, we do have a show match between the Lynx and I believe the Mammoths after this break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. The Barracudas have claimed their second straight title, so congratulations to all of you. And we're going to wrap up tonight with the Lynx taking on the Mammoths in a best-of-5 show match as they prepare for the next week's Rumble. I'm still your host, Artie Rain, and joining me on desk is Joe Tucky Chigbrow. All right, so best-of-5 series, most likely best-of-3. But we've seen the Mammoths, we haven't seen the Lynx. Is there anything that you particularly want to see coming out from the Lynx as they are our kind of a newcomer this week?
I think with these show matches, the thing to remember is, like, while everyone's trying to improve, it's also a pretty relaxed format, so just have some fun with it. I want to see some fireworks. I want to see a lot of goals, a lot of demos. I want to mix it up a little bit. So I think most of all what I'm kind of hoping to see is a lot of creativity from both sides of the pitch.
Okay, there's a term I've only heard twice now. With that being said, this is a full best-of-5 to close out our night here with Esports Tower Rocket League. Lynx taking on Mammoths, both looking to build momentum going into next week's Rumble. Mammoths, we got to see you earlier last week in this Rumble. I'm hoping to see you guys pop off this time as you were knocked out relatively early for this week's Rumble. So this is your opportunity to make yourselves feel happy and excited to go into next week. We might see some roster changes. Of course, there's always new and old faces. Old in quotation marks because they're not really that old. Coming in for these rosters, we might see things change as the game progresses. But with that being said, okay. I made a request of allaying the demos being added to Doc's keys to the game, and instead it's demo to disrupt just repetitively for Doc's keys to the game. I appreciate you, production. Y'all really know how to keep me on my toes, but Doc's one-ish key to the game today is presented by Esports Tower, where you can score pro advice at esportstower.com and improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Thanks, guys.
That number 4 is a real kicker.
Right? It's really important.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the new logo designs from Esports Tower. I'm really digging them. I think they look really cool, so thank you guys for updating those. Making a change every now and again is always nice.
And they're only made cooler by the effect that we have now getting into the game, the Unreal Engine.
All right, so Lynx and Mammoths. It looks like our Mammoths roster is Free Ink, Aria? Are we going to call that Aria or Area? Either way, and then Scythe. And Lynx is going to be Cameron, essentially Boss, and Toge. So some players we've seen today and some new faces.
Free trying to put towards the wall, but can't quite break through. Toge towards the back of the net here, takes a shot. It's high and blocked. Cameron with his own setup opportunity here. Gets the 50-50. Free Ink is in the way, however. Toge pushing towards the back of the net. Bosses up, taps it mid area, unable to get past Toge. Scythe is up with it next, gets past one. Cameron is in the way, hits it back towards the wall, tries to get the follow touch, and he does, pushing it by himself towards the middle of the net now.
Scythe plays it around 2 at mid. Cameron's going to rotate forward. Toge cuts in to push the ball to the side, but it ends up not getting a far enough angle. Shot on goal going to be turned away by essentially Boss, and Scythe goes for the reset opportunity and flicks the ball just a little bit too far to the side.
Free up and in the way. Iria passing it out mid. Freak is back up to try to spill it down, but is unable to get that good of a touch. Scythe tries to make a play, but beaten by Toge. Has to flick past one. Iria barely gets the touchdown. Cameron with the 50-50 will spill it out mid. Essentially Boss is up next. He gets the touch, but it only spills out mid just a little bit more. Big shot downfield over to Cameron, who now has to play it towards the wall, maybe towards the ceiling on his own. Is able to get past one, but no one else as Iria resets the play.
Ball at mid. Free Ink has possession, but it's in their defensive third, so they're going to bring it into the corner, off the wall. Go for a great aerial play, crossing midfield stripe. Area, I think, was intended to bring the ball forward the rest of the way, but instead pushed it to the side. Ball is centered up in front of the net, but there's no one there as the reset's already come out for the Mammoths. We're ticking down to 3 minutes on the clock. Lynx are the only one with a goal to their name.
Free Ink is up. Over to Toge. Plays it off the wall. Cameron ends up going for it instead. Pushes it out mid. Hits the ceiling. Boss is up. Doesn't make contact. Side pushes it towards the wall. Past one. Toge bumped by Side. Iria has an opportunity here, but Toge will come in for the last-ditch effort save. Cameron pushing it into the corner, buying a little bit more time. Gets past one, but the block will go in favor of Toke, who remains in control, pushes it towards the wall as Free takes a shot, but it will be end up getting deflected out of a couple demos.
Scythe tries to take another shot. Cameron went for the challenge. Essentially, Boss gets the ball over Scythe, gets pushed away by Free Ink. Area at the mid does get possession, but gets demoed in the process. Now pushing the keeper out of the way, so essentially Boss has an equal opportunity to get that goal in.
Essentially, Boss 50-50 towards the wall. Off the kickoff, Free Ink will take control first. Pushing in front of the net, but Toke gets the clear out. Cameron has a little bit of time, bounces off the wall, blocked by essentially Boss, hits it all the way downfield. Scythe is up, gets past one. Cameron back to himself in the air, gets the flip reset, blocked by Mammon's defense. Area pushing downfield, tries to look past one, blocked by Cameron, playing it to the corner now. Diffused mostly as Cameron's able to get past one with the help of essentially Boss, pushing it past the other two, almost finding the back of the net, going the full length of the field. Instead, Area gets the clear, gets to push it off the wall, back towards himself, not able to run back to net.
It was nonetheless very nicely done cross-map carry. Now essentially Boss has the ball set up, pinch off, and it looks like there might have been a slight touch from one of our Mammoth defenders, but nonetheless, that is another goal for the Lynx. We got a minute and 17 seconds on the clock. I can confidently say, though, that might be the nail in the coffin.
Have to see with a minute-ish left on the clock. Scythe gets demoed. Area does have control of the play, however, essentially Boss the 50-50. He'll spell it to the corner that no one's defending. That's where Ink tries to take the shot from there, but is unable to. Toke taking it towards the wall. He's going to flick it past one mid towards Cameron. The side will be there first. Pushing it towards the wall, gets the double touch, but Area is not able to do anything with that. So Toke will take it. Cameron is in the way, but Toke ends up taking it anyway. Looks for the flick out to Cameron, who takes the shot, and a low roller will find its way to the back of the net, and that is probably the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, 3-goal lead. We'll say we'll be gracious with 45 seconds on the clock. That's a minute every 15 seconds. Ball is already in Mammoth's defensive third, so not showing any good signs here for the Mammoths to make the reverse sweep in game number 1 to turn this game in their favor. It's probably GG go next. Cameron pushes forward, takes the shot, stopped by Scythe, popped up by Area. Scythe goes for the elevation, double commit from the offense. Cameron finally comes in. Ball's going to sail across that ceiling, land with Area. 15 seconds remaining, still no goals from the Mammoths.
Scythe will find his first goal in this best of 5 and his team's first goal in the best of 5.
I'll take that caster curse.
Yeah, meaning that the Lynx are only at a 3-goal lead now, 4-1 on the board. Cameron able to get the clear out, preventing a 4-2 situation, but just would it matter at this point anyway as the clock winds down. Game 1 will go in favor of the Lynx. The 4-1 lead.
Ball hit the ground, it happens. All right, so with that being said, this is a best of 5 nonetheless. We'll see if it turns into the Esports Tower best of 3. It may or may not. Both these teams have actually been working really hard on their team play as a whole and working together to get gives and goes happening as opposed to going for solo plays, but we saw quite a few solo plays happening in that game. I mean, they were beautiful. I love some fabulous air dribbling and cross map opportunities made by players, but at the end of the day, there's normally someone down on your lower right waiting in the wings for you to just dunk the ball down to them so you don't have to try and make an awkward shot from an awkward angle when someone's already elevating to go for the challenge.
Yeah, I totally agree there, and it kind of just felt like from start to finish, the Lynx were mostly in control of the game, but it was mostly from a game pace point of view. They were playing really fast, and all these goals that they were scoring weren't necessarily unsavable. They were definitely plays that were able to be broken down, but they were just there first, and they were making sure they were getting in the way of plays early.
All right, let's see if the Lynx will win a game number 2 and put themselves at match point in this best of 5, or if the Mammoths will do what every Esports Tower team does and come back in game number 2 at full force. First kickoff is going to go in favor, though, of the Lynx.
Okay, off the wall, gets the first shot, blocked by Area towards the corner. Area plays it past one, has to get past 2 more. Cameron with the 50-50 over to side. Essentially, Boss will stay in the way, however, leaving it for Cameron to get past 2 defenders with their effort. Now Cameron needs to find his way past 1 more. He gets past, and a shot from essentially Boss barely stopped in time by Free Ink. Cameron playing it towards the sidewall now is able to get past Free Ink. Scythe, however, is still in the way. And a demo on Toke will not lead to an opportunity for the Mammoths.
Ball took an awkward bounce off of Cameron. Area now bringing it down. All three members of the Lynx waiting on the ground to greet them. Cameron will elevate at mid with possession. It's going to go off the backboard. Set up for another teammate, but Scythe is going to go for the challenge and push the ball to the side instead. Ball at midfield stripe, sent to the backboard by Toke. Area trying to corral it in the corner. Challenged by Cameron. It barely gets it over their hood. Ball still here at the midfield.
Toke elevated for the pass, doesn't really get it though. Cameron looking for the double touch, doesn't get that either. Boss past one. It is rolling towards the net, but it's not on target. Iria takes it instead. Toke takes that 50-50, forces it out mid-side. Ends up leaving it for Iria, who takes it the full length of the field. Cameron tries to get it across now, but Free Ink is saying no way. Pushes it past one. Potentially Boss takes the shot, but Iria is off the wall and ready. Toke with the pass off the sidewall. It will not be good now. Essentially Boss tasked just keeping pressure on a little bit longer in time for the Lynx offense to reset. Cameron looking for a play off of the clear. Doesn't make solid contact, so Scythe will take it, blocked by Toke. And now Iria finds a way out after a whiff from essentially Boss.
We have roughly 3 minutes left on the clock. Toke finds an opportunity to get the ball across midfield stripe. Iria whiffs on the aerial possession. Cameron brings the ball up, gets it past Free Ink. Elevation from essentially Boss, pushes the ball up into the upper corner, but can't find the back of the net. 2 defenders, 1 pushing forward, tries to get the ball to the midfield stripe. Instead, it's going to be pushed to the side. Cameron's going to elevate. It's going to be Toke instead to get the touch.
Toke ends up losing the 50-50. Boss has to stall for time. Iria takes it off the backboard, looking for a play of their own, is unable to do anything with it. However, Free Ink pushing it towards the ball. Cameron will take possession for himself. Toke with the big clear, but it'll end up spilling out to Iria. Cameron is in the way, and he does win the 50-50 with the high approach on it. Free Ink passing it towards the sidewall. Boss trying to find a way in, putting it down to Cameron, who takes the shot, and the unconventional shot going down instead of rolling it against the wall will end up working for the Lynx as they find their lead a little bit more than halfway through the game.
Ball's going to take a bounce off the ceiling, off of kickoff. Toke's going to be there for the fall, trying to reset it. It's going to go too wide. Area tries to get a touch on it, but that stall out does mean they get possession. Ball takes a pinch to ricochet off the ceiling. Toke coming forward, sending the ball into the corner. Off that corner, Toke takes the shot. Both defenders go after it, and it does thread the needle.
Lynx now a firm 2 goals ahead with 2 minutes left on the clock. 50-50 from Cameron will spill out to Iria. Takes the shot towards the back upper 90, finding the Mammoths their 2nd goal in the series. Now only a 1-goal lead for the Lynx. Definitely a surmountable height in 2 minutes left for the Mammoths.
Scythe unfortunately loses all momentum after pinching that ball against the wall, and that is easily capitalized on by the Lynx, finding themselves goal number 3 and up by 2 with just about a minute, 45 seconds left on the clock. Free Ink goes for the shot on goal and turns that 2-goal lead for the Lynx into a 1-goal lead.
For the 2nd time in this game too, within like 30 seconds. Cameron, big pinch, win 50-50 out to Toke, almost creating another opportunity super early on. Essentially Boss stalls against the wall a little bit longer, gets past Free Ink, keeps the ball to himself. Free Ink comes back around, does get the touch. However, Toke with the clear all the way over to essentially Boss. Could be an opportunity here. He gets the pinch over. It could be an opportunity here for sure, as a bad clear from the Mammoths will find Lynx their 2-goal lead once again for the 3rd time in this game. We'll have to see if they're able to hold it.
Off kickoff, essentially Boss wins it cleanly. Ball's going to dunk down. Cameron will elevate, play it off the back wall to Toke. Toke's going to take a shot, but it's not going to find the angle. So essentially Boss goes for another off the back wall touch. So we have the Mammoths collide here. Area pushes the ball across midfield stripe.
Boss, big clear all the way to the other end of the field. Oh, 2 big demos in a short time period. Toke just tries to keep pressure on the net. Iria clears it away to side towards the wall. Cameron looking for the play back to himself. Iria is in the way over a whiff from Iria. Will make it easy for Cameron to get them a 3-goal lead with less than a minute left on the clock. It's starting to look pretty doomed again for the Mammoths.
45 seconds, it's probably not impossible. That's 1 every 15 seconds again, but it's going to be difficult. This ball's dying down here at the mid. We have Toke pushing the ball into a back pass to Cameron. He's going to elevate and have Area snipe it, sending it into the back corner in Lynx territory. Quad commit, 2 from each side. finally another elevation from the Mammoth. Shot on goal, not going to happen as unfortunately Area whiffed on that opportunity.
50-50, pushing in favor of the Lynx. Boss is up to take the shot, puts it kind of in the center of the net. Toke takes another shot off of that, cleared barely out by the Mammoth. Cameron has to reset and rebuild the play entirely, gets the pitch off the wall. Free Ink is in the way to try to do his own bidding with the ball. Essentially Boss hits it up and out. Toke takes the bouncing shot towards the back of the net, and the clock gets wound down. As soon as the ball touches, that'll be the game, and it is. Lynx end up going away with that game with a 5-2 lead, getting them their second game win in the series.
Yes, and now Lynx are at match point, but Mammoths can definitely start the reverse sweep. Right now, though, there is no extra room for failure for the Mammoths to bring this one back in their favor. If you were with the Mammoths right now, what advice would you be giving them?
No lives left in a series like this. I think most of all what I have to remember is just the basics that I've been working on, and maybe at most if I'm feeling good at my basics, maybe I'm trying to get a little more creative. I'm looking for those demo plays in the midfield. I'm looking to kind of create cracks in defenses that aren't already there just by being a real pressuring force on the offensive end.
Well, let's see if the Mammoths are able to do that for themselves or if the Lynx walk away with the 3-0 sweep as we jump into game number 3 between the Mammoths and the Lynx.
.50 off the kickoff. Free Ink will win out entirely.
What?
No one home. Mammoths will find their first lead in the series off of a great kickoff from Free Ink and a bad kickoff from the Lynx entirely. But forgetting that play ever happened, Toke actually with a monstrous back pass past Cameron. Not a great start for the Lynx, but they still have so much time. Essentially Boss trailing the ball into the corner. Toke is going to end up taking the play from him. Essentially Boss hits it back over to Toke on the wall, moves it back down to Boss. Doesn't quite able to make contact as Free Ink will go for the double tap play all the way across the end. Not able to make real contact, however.
Cameron tries to get a touch, can't find it. Double commit from the offense. Neither one get a touch. Essentially, Boss now going forward just has Area to beat. So instead, they're going to try to go forward and get Area out of the way. But Area gets the touch and it finds a clear to themselves. Cameron barely gets the pinch off, but it doesn't matter. Scythe comes in for another shot. Essentially, Boss finally grabs the ball, brings it to the midfield stripe, and tries to flick it up past Free Ink, but Free Ink ends up with it instead.
Free Ink with the flip reset doesn't have a way past the defense. However, Toke playing it off the wall backwards himself. Free Ink is in the way. He goes with the back pass into the corner side. Jumping on that back pass. A pass out mid. Almost good for the Lynx, but barely cleared at the last moment. Toke playing it back and just not able to get in the way. It's not a good 50-50. Will lead to an opportunity for the Mammoths to extend their lead to 2 now. Not looking as fresh for the Lynx right now.
Scythe with possession, very little pressure. Pops the ball up and too far forward to maintain possession of that ball, and essentially Boss comes in to take them out of the play entirely. Free Ink in the corner has 2 on them. It's going to be essentially Boss bringing the ball to the ground. Scythe cuts in, tries to get a shot on goal, can't find it. Ball at midfield stripe, Cameron, Area both go for the challenge. It's going to be Area with the better of the 2 touches.
Essentially Boss. Big clear downfield, Scythe over 1. Cameron with the response, pushing it down the midfield line. Free Ink looks for the shot all the way from his end. Boss blocking it, pushing it back towards the midfield. Area's up, trying to find a way past this blockade. Does find a way past Toke. Cameron is in the way now, looking to make the shot all the way from the back wall. Almost gets the double tap, and Toke is just barely not able to put it on net. Free Ink with the clear, and now they have to rebuild the offensive play altogether.
45 seconds left on the clock. Lynx trailing the Mammoths by 2. Drastically different story than what we saw earlier. Cameron trying to set up an opportunity for Toke. Toke takes the shot, and that's goal number 1 for the Lynx here in game number 3. They're now down by 1 with just about half of this game remaining.
50-50. Over to Free Ink off the kickoff, going for the solo play yet again off the backboard. Cleared by essentially Boss, playing it away. Area pushing it towards the other corner. Toke is there for the response. Able to clear it out to Cameron instead. Takes the slow play past 1 under Free Ink. Gets the pass off the backboard. Boss only has to take the shot. Ends up hitting it towards the backboard where Area will get the clear out. Toke is tasked with responding, however. Inside has a way past him. The play will end up going in favor of the Mammoths for a little longer.
off a pinch. Ball ricochets off the ceiling. Toke has 2 in front of them. They need to find an opportunity to clear to a teammate. Instead, it's going to be left for the Mammoths to do what they please. Ball in the corner, 2-on-2, both defense and offense. Their area rotating back has essentially Boss try to flick the ball over them, but can't do it. Toke, though, gets it forward, hits the crossbar off Cameron's shot in the area, goes for a great mid-map clear. Ball gets popped up in the corner, and it looks like essentially Boss is going to find it to the midfield stripe.
Scythe in the corner. Free goes for the redirect, but is unable to make contact. A roll downfield towards the Mammoth's end. Blocked by Iria. Against the wall, Toke will pinch it out mid. Iria gets the big clear all the way across, but it will still roll in front of the net. Boss can take the shot here, ends up going for the pass to himself off the wall. A clear from Iria from the corner. Side will be there to respond, but Toke is as well. 50-50 in favor of Free Ink, who just hits it all the way to the other corner instead. Toke taking it past one, only has to get past these two. Is unable to as Side finds the block.
56 seconds remaining as the Lynx trail by 1. Mammoths looking for a security goal. The Lynx looking to tie things up. They take a shot. Toke goes in to try and be the follow-up, but can't find it. Demo onto essentially Boss means as Free Ink has less pressure. Crossing midfield stripe, but does have essentially Boss off the respawn come in and force the possession turnover.
Pass from Boss to Cameron. It might be in, barely saved by Side. Essentially, Boss looks for the setup again. 3 defenders up for that clear. Iria has the pass over to Free Ink. Gives it over. Free Ink doesn't make contact. Cameron has the next touch. Hits it downfield. It could be an open net. He does find it. Side does not have enough gas left in the tank to respond to that. We are at a 0-0 scoreline with less than 20 seconds left on the clock.
Next kickoff is going to be a stalemate. Cameron comes in, tries to play it off the wall to himself, but as Free Ink will come in first. Essentially, Boss now pops it up. Free Ink goes for the challenge. 7 seconds left on the clock. Ball hits the ground, that's it. Awkward ricochet off the crossbar, and the goalpost means no goal for the Mammoths to put them in the lead. Ball still in defensive territory here for the Lynx. Hits the ground after ricochet off the crossbar. We are now at golden goal territory. If the Lynx get it, they walk away with the series victory to 3-0 sweep. If the Mammoths get it, we are at a best of 3.
What a stressful last couple seconds to that regular play time. Now a reset here. Iria taking it off the wall, essentially Boss not able to make contact. Cameron pushing it towards the wall again over to Iria, who does push back. Toke has to slow down in his own end, but ends up passing it to Free Ink. Boss is luckily there to stall the play a little longer, spills it out to Cameron, who can go for the solo play now. Definitely goes to the flip reset, gets the flip reset, gets past one, but does not get past the second defender. Almost a legendary overtime flip reset, but not able to find it. Scythe has to reconnect in the play here. It has a little bit of space, but has Cameron in the way. 50-50 in favor of Cameron as Boss is able to respond faster. Free Ink with the pass mid, and it might just be open, and it is a 50-50 will spill out to the Lynx in the midfield, and the Mammoths lead just comes crumbling in their hands like a cookie right in that last minute and a half of gameplay.
Unfortunately, they will, though they fought extremely hard in that last game, walk away with an overall series score of 0-3, but that does not reflect by any means how hard both these teams fought for this opportunity. For a show match, nicely done. And if you want an opportunity to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Now, before we wrap up this Esports Tower broadcast, we have one more job here on desk, and that's discuss the ICCU Player of the Game. Now, I don't know for sure if we're going to get the treat of the trio or if we just get to take our random guesses. I'm going to say we probably get trio, but do you have any suggestions for production?
I don't know if I could pick 3 players. I mean, everyone kind of felt like there was a lot of people on the ball today doing really well. But honestly, my highlight man, and I've said it over and over again, that Protato seems to show up every time he's on the screen. Super impressed by Protato, and I would honestly be surprised if he's not in that top 3.
All right, mine's going to go to Supersonic Plat. We'll have to see who ends up being our player of the game or even our nominations from production. Other than Supersonic, Cran should get an honorable mention, though. Cran, I did not choose you as my one suggestion in this instance because of that DC. May or may not have been your doing, might have been one of your parents' doing, but nonetheless, I'm sorry. Other than that, though, oh, Cran, you do make it up there. So we've got Supersonic, we've got Cran. I think the third's probably Potato. Maybe Cameron, though. Cameron was also popping off quite a bit in the 2 games we got to see them in. We'll have to wait and see, though.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all by Supersonic or Cran. We'll have to see. It's actual Electrolyte.
All right.
Interesting. So from these 3, I'm not even necessarily sure. If I had to go with someone, though, based off of how I felt about their gameplay today, I would say Cran.
Valid. Again, I'm sticking to my guns, though, and I'm going with Supersonic.
Can't blame you for that one as well. We'll have to see what production has for us. Again, we don't make that decision. But even though Potato didn't make up there, and even though we have 3 other talented players, I have to say all of them probably deserve it.
Well, there's always another opportunity down the road. For now, it is going to be going to one person only. And the final choice is going to be Supersonic. Congratulations, Supersonic. The player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Supersonic Platt is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. And as we prepare to close out these matches today and look at these fabulous plays made by Supersonic, because I will be honest, some of those kickoff plays you should not have gotten away with, my friend, but nonetheless, you managed to do so. You can also see a little bit of Electrolyte here, and that it was Cran. Oh yeah, and Cran. So all 3 of our members who could have gotten it were in this game. So that I think that definitely speaks to how hard it was for production to pick in this case. But with that being said, it's time to wrap things up. Do you have any big key takeaways for either yourself, the game, the matches as a whole, this championship? I'm pretty sure you weren't surprised by the victor, but.
To be honest with you, my takeaway from today is demos, whether you make contact or not, are scary and effective. You don't have to hit them every time, but as long as they're thinking about it, you're doing your job.
I am sorry.
They're effective. What can you say?
They are very effective. Well, with that being said, I want to give a quick congratulations to all of our teams on a fantastic night here for Rocket League. And the Barracudas, once again, back-to-back champions in the Rocket League Rumble, which means everyone is going to be trying to knock them down next week. Make sure you come join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our fresh Rocket League Rumble. We'll be closing out today with the top 5 plays of the game, presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs, offering $20,000 in bonuses and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. From all of us here at Boise State University and the Boise State Esports team, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.
Ready. He's going to take the shot. Slow plays it around 1, takes it towards the wall, clears it towards the ceiling. Cran taking the drop down shot, is unable to do anything with it, but does give it out to Potato in a good link up all the way from the ceiling. North and south pole here. You can see Cran taps it, rolls it against the wall, so it's just nice and easy in front of that for Potato. Ooh, Liberty North High School players on the ceiling to respond to that, but no one makes contact. Rayzan with the shot, a bump opportunity, but the Hammerheads don't quite make contact. Cameron pushing it towards the wall, looks for a pass out mid, over Hawk, over to Rayzan, will circumvent the entire Liberty North defense, and we have an opportunity here. Rayzan will take the shot off of a bad clear from to respond. Mini Bolt has to try to push past Potato, but is unable to. Cran doesn't get in the way of the touch. It could be an opportunity here. Pounced on by Electrolyte, and Liberty North will continue to hold their lead down best they can with 3 minutes and 24 left on the clock as they try to reset an offensive play.
Cran has the ball, get dumped down to Potato, but both were relatively low, but the secondary or tertiary shot there does find the back of the net. We'll see how this went. We had Potato off the back wall. Ball gets pinched up towards the ceiling. Cran just flicks the ball forward as all defenders have been pushed out of position. Nicely done.
And Supersonic with the backboard pass here to Potato.
Oh,
That bounce off post. Oh!
What, again? Supersonic planted it this time?
I guess. I thought he was just in the way by accident, maybe? Oh no, it was another cue ball shot.
Did he hit it off Mini Bolt again, or was that Hawk? Either way.